Hey, Jamie. I think we're live, waiting on a few people to come in. Okay, I think I have just about everything turned on and ready to go. All right. Hey, Louise. Hi, Jamie. Hey, Judy. Joan. Pat's with us. Max. And Susie. All right, get your dancing shoes on, Sue. We're about to play the intro so that you can dance around the room real fast. Yay, Mary. I'm glad you made it. Hi, Hetty. Long time no see. I hadn't seen Hetty in a while. All right, let's play the intro, guys, and we'll go ahead and get started here. Woohoo! And you could probably see absolutely nothing on this screen because there's nothing there. We don't need it. The files are already loaded for you guys. If you are a Ko-fi supporter, the file has been uploaded on Ko-fi and you can get the file there. If you're a Patreon supporter, all you have to do is go over to the website and you can get it there. However, I did make a change to the website I want to show you guys really quick. When you come in now, right here, when you hover over the exclusive files, you'll find the Design Files tab and the SVG Files tab because everything is going on this tab now except our 12 days exclusive. And if you go in there, you can find that you need the password. You will enter your password and log in. And watch it tell me I have the wrong one because I don't remember it. Yeah, I don't remember it. I have to look it up when you guys can't remember it. It's in the password post on Ko-fi. And I did. And let me pop that up there real quick too in case anybody had any questions on that. Where is it? Let me see. Does anybody have any design space questions while I'm looking for my file? There it is. Ta-da! If you are a Patreon supporter, you do not have to leave Patreon to come to Ko-fi. If you want to, that's great. That's fine. If you don't want to, you can stay there. You're just going to go into Patreon on the page. On the bottom left of the screen, you'll see tags, and you may have to click on Show More, but there are some tags there, and you're looking for the password, one that says password, and if you click it, then it will open up the posts that contain the passwords, and you would be looking this month for July, of course, or you can scroll through the post and find the July. This may be blurry for you, Gerald, because I just pulled it up on my screen, but if you need it, if you go to Ko-fi or Patreon, you can download this, and I put it in the groups too and get the high resolution on there, so you can get the high resolution photo of this so that you can read it. So that's all you have to do if you're on Patreon. And thank you, Jamie. If you are a Ko-fi supporter, one-time supporter, you have to be logged into Ko-fi when you do at the time of support. So if you were to go in and want a file, you would get the file released for that day, like tonight's file. If you subscribe today, you get tonight's file and the files for the next 30 days. If you want yesterday's file and you do one-time support, you're not going to get it. You have to be monthly to get it if it's in the past. Monthly supporters, you can go to the post on Ko-fi and get it just by clicking on the post right here, and you'll see the link is in the files, or it will send you over to the group, to the free SVG files, and you will log in and register to view those. And if it's an exclusive file for supporters only, you'll have to use the password in the password post right here, and it'll pop up. So I just made that so that it would kind of explain it and break it down for you guys depending on what support level you were on, so that it would clarify things for you, and that way you would have a little chart. But I just wanted to show you that I did move the design files tab. It's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's still on the site. You're just going to hover over exclusive and then go here. And these are just the really old files, guys, from like 2 and 3 years ago. So it's all right here. And then the SVG files are right to the right of that. And once the 12 days are over, I'll move it under there and it'll be over here too. So, and then the 12-day public files will go under the free public SVG files. So does anybody have any design space questions, any problems, any project problems, anything that we need to go over or you need help with, anything at all? Anybody stuck on anything? I know I've been cranking out some files. Some of you have been already started making some of them. If you're running into any problems, guys, don't hesitate to let me know, because Kathy was kind enough to help me. She may not be here because her power was going in and out. But she was kind enough to help me do my mock-up tonight for the file, because I was running so far behind. Let me see if I can find that photo. And she did a really good job of it. You've seen my photo, of course, on the splash screen. But I wanted you to see what it looked like in printed paper, because it's really, really pretty. Maybe I could just slide this around. There it is with it closed, and she put ribbon on it. So I want to see your interpretations of this box too, not just mine. Don't make it just like mine unless you really, really like that. Make it your own. let's see what you come up with. Let me show you hers opened in a top view. How pretty is that? She did an excellent job. Looks like she used a pen and drew some lines on her poinsettia and curled her leaves up, where I curled mine down and did mine that way. So there are several ways to do it. No right, no wrong, no rhyme or reason, but Kathy did a really good job on that. Thank you, Kathy, if you're watching on playback or if you're here, if you come in late. Great job. Great job. You got your new tools ordered. Yay! Yes, because I don't know if you guys have been opening up the files and looking or not, but if you have noticed, a couple of the files, they had the perforation tool on them, they had some debossing on them, but I also gave alternatives to you guys who don't have your tools yet, or who are not ordering the tools yet, or if you don't have a maker yet. So there are alternatives in the files, and I told you guys if I use the tools in any of these 12 Days of Christmas files that I would include alternative suggestions and stuff for you guys, and I have. So, as well as the Scrabble tag that we did, that was a free file for the public. I know a lot of you guys use mobile and you can't use patterns, so I even did a separate file with no pattern upload in it for you guys. So I'm trying not to leave anybody out, but if you guys find any problem with any of the files, please let me know, because I am slammed with them and I am so far behind. I got up at 7:30 this morning and I'm still here. 30 minutes, it will be 12 hours for me, and I cranked out this live, a video, and 2 files. So it's getting hairy. But I did take Saturday off to go to the Scrapbook Expo, and I was telling some of the guys, or the moderators, that I really only saw a couple of interesting things, and I showed you some of the wax, but I'm going to be doing some of the gilded wax paste. I'm going to do a dedicated tutorial in using these so that you guys can ask questions and get a really good review on how they work. I love them. So if you like the mousses and stuff like that, if you're a paper maker, card maker, you're gonna like it. So yay. Hi Sheila. Any of you guys who aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and get your name in lights. I'll just check it and make sure that it is working, just so you know what I'm talking about. If you subscribe, that's going to happen. So, hey Bonnie. So, this is day 6 of the 12 Days of Christmas, and we are doing, this is still wet. I'm telling you, I was cutting this one to the wire. Several ways you can do this, guys. You can make this look like a chimney and do Santa on the top of it. You can use it, I believe, I haven't had a chance to check it yet, but I believe a 4-inch round ornament might fit in this box. So I have not had a chance to check it. I want to make sure that I'm not, those are dry. No, not quite. It's about a 1/2 inch, but I mean, if you want to put a tab on here, going a tab up here on the top, on the sides, to keep the lid up slightly, to keep it from settling down, then it most certainly will hold a 4-inch ornament, because the base is just over 4 inches around, across. So you could get that in there. Like I said, you would just need to, let me see if I have a piece of paper to explain what I'm talking about. You would need to weld on your sides of your box, on all 4 sides. Just weld almost to the edge, not quite, just a buffer piece. and you can weld it on so that it would cut just slightly higher and hold that box up a little bit taller. So you could, several things you could do, but who knows. I might make one for a 4-inch disc ornament. I mean, I did a 4-inch disc ornament. I might make one for a 4-inch round. They are not as popular. The gable boxes seem to work better for them because this base here is cut at max at 11.5 inches. So you may not, you would have to, couldn't weld it on there, but you would have to cut it and piece it on there. But that is the box. Now, if you do not have access and you don't want to pay for the poinsettia, just toss it out and put whatever you want on the top of this box. The rest of it is made from free shapes. So it shouldn't cost you anything at all, even if you don't have access. So let's put it together. And don't pay attention to my boo-boo, guys, because I didn't have time to recut this. I had to use a fresh green mat, and even though I detacked it, it attacked my craft board. But I'm going to hide it in the seams inside. I'm not going to let it be on the outside. These are the scalloped edges. Now I used Nuvo drops on mine to decorate them, and I did it quickly, so mine are kind of sloppy. Take your time and make yours neat. But I did them beforehand so that they could be dry. You can use pearls, you can use rhinestones, you can leave this piece off. You don't even need it if you don't want it. You're just going to fold your base on all your score lines. Just bring everything into you. And got that one. Just fold all 6 pieces. Now I know this seems like overkill, but I really did this on purpose because I wanted it to be sturdy in case you wanted to put baked goods or you wanted to put a heavier gift in it than just the little normal candies. But guys, if you group everything and you size it down, you can make this whatever size you want to. Whatever size your square is here in the center of that box is going to be your basic dimension. Your sides will be just slightly shorter than that, but this is the dimension of the box, which is around 4 inches for this one. I think it was just over 4.25. This one is 4.25 in the center, so that's going to give you your basic dimension. And the height of this box without the lid on it is 3.75. So before you glue, you want to make sure that you've got your tabs. Your center tab is going to be your outside tab, guys. And that's because these will not quite meet because of their 3.75, not 4. So we're just going to put some glue on one of the tabs. Pay attention to your edges, things like that. And then you're just going to bring it up pretty straight. Just want to make sure that you're not going over with your glue like that, but it really won't matter because this piece is going to hide it. This piece is the same width of those two put together. And just fold that one up. Make sure that you get this piece squared. You don't want to push it off one side or the other. You can do that because of the way it's made. I just wanted something that would be quick, fast, and easy for you guys. I like to, for the holidays, to get really quick projects. I don't like to do projects that are going to take you 2 or 3 hours to do because we all get busy in the holidays, and when we get busy in the holidays, we just don't have time for some things. But this is really fast. I have been working also on our grand finale file, and I think you guys are really, really, really gonna like it. I mean, really, really, really gonna like it. So that's the base done. You can set that to the side, and now I've got these little garland pieces, and I'm going to put them on before I fold the lid. And on these edges, they go edge to edge on the centers, so they fit perfectly in there. There, that's better. Is it still blurred? It's probably my autofocus. I really hate that thing, but I don't have, there's no way to turn it off. I tried. As every time I move my hand, it does that. I'm still looking for one that won't do that. So those two are going to go right on the edge. And then on this side where you have your tabs cut, if it makes it easier, you can fold that over so you can see where they go. You just heard one of my mats hit the floor. You guys think I'm kidding? I'm not on camera for a reason today. My craft room looks like 4 bombs went off. I mean, seriously, 4 bombs. My trash can is overflowing from mock-up papers and miscuts and oh, you name it. It's really bad. So you're just going to press that down. And I'm really just basically folding these so that while that glue is wet, it won't pull them off when I go to fold. And if you know you're going to be in a hurry for the holidays, you're going to make some of these boxes, you can cut a bunch of your strips and decorate them and have them ready to go. That way all you have to do is stick them on. And don't pay attention to that. That's not going to be in your file. I forgot to change my, and that's what Kathy did for me. She made sure my file was okay. And she said, are those supposed to be draw lines? And I'm like, no, they're supposed to be cut. So I had to cut, I had already cut mine. And so I had to cut mine with scissors. But the file is right. You shouldn't have any problem. You're just going to fold everything away from you. And I'm just going to get a good edge on these. Alright, so then you have your lid. And you're just going to glue these 4 tabs right to the inside. Make sure you keep it square, and your little corners should come together just fine. Again, don't pay attention to, yours won't have that little jagged edge that I have right there because I fixed it. So is everybody excited for the new tools? Hey Debbie. And that completes the lid. And we just slip it right over. The scallops always get me. Right over the top. Perfect fit. And flowers. Yes, thank you, Gerald. To do the flower, this, I forget which flower I used in there, but I cut it out of some smooth side, and then my green is cricut, and so I'm putting my texture side down because I'm giving mine some lift in this direction. So I've got my pretty side, so if you're cutting out a pattern, it'll be your pretty side to your little flower mat, and then of course you're just going to roll it and break that paper down. For any of you who haven't done this, and this is not the cricut mat. The cricut, I can't find my cricut mat. I don't know where I put it. So, and you're just going to do that to all 5 petals. Give it as much or as little curl as you want. And then you're going to flip it over and just glue down the center is all I did right on the box. And this, I wanted it to overhang just slightly on a couple of edges, and then set it to the side. That's going to give that glue a little time to dry while you work with your pieces. So here are the rest of the pieces, and I did this piece next. And this is smooth on both sides, so it doesn't matter which side I have up or down, it's the same color. You're just going to start breaking it down. And if you don't have a flower mat, you can use a mouse pad. And I have, guys, before I had my tools, I have used a spoon to do this. You can use a spoon. Takes a little more time, but you have to be careful so you don't crack your paper, but you can do it. So once you have that one done, again, just a little glue in the middle. And then this one goes in between the leaves. You want that pop of green to come through there. And this is a slightly different color than that red. I wanted it that way so it would pop a little bit. So when you're doing it, try to select something that's just maybe half a shade, just a little bit darker than what your lid is, if you're going for tone on tone. This I got from Amazon, and they are metal all the way through so they won't break. But then they're also, McGill has one, but they don't have one this big. I couldn't find my big one. I think it's in the other room as well. But McGill, I got these on Amazon as well. The McGill, and that's where this pad came from. Could you use craft foam for a flower mat? Yes, Pat, you can. Get a couple of sheets of the sticky and stick them together and go for it. I use this right here, mouse pad, to do this. So you're about to see what the difference is, if there's any. I used a mouse pad to make this one, and you see the pad I'm using to make this one. So you'll get a good comparison. So here is the next one, and this one has a little curve in the petal. I think it's the same size, but these are fatter leaves, so that's why I put those on the bottom. Now be careful if you get these and they're made in China. Mine, I don't know if you can see it, has a rough spot right there. So I try to keep my finger over that so I don't scratch my cardstock. But that's because I know my tool and I've already scratched up paper and figured out what the cause was. So when I use this tool, I know to look for it and find it. Ooh, thank you, Sue. So little glue in the center there. And then you're just going to get it. Now this one won't go in between completely all of them. So I just got one leaf in between and let the others fall where they wanted to. And just hold it for a second. Because it's got a little stress on it. It may try to pop up on you. You want to make sure it's sticking down before you leave it. And then this one. And I missed my spot. There it is. And all I'm doing is just going in a circle and putting pressure on it. And now I am doing this one opposite of that last layer so that it falls in between, at least in one spot. So I was in between over here, so I'm going in between over here. And I have a lot of green showing there, and that's fine. I want at least one of the green leaves popping through quite a bit. And so now I'm going to go with the one that has the 4 petals on it. The small 4 petal. You could almost make buds out of that. Do several of those out of that one flower. And we'll spring it over. And it looks good to me. I'm going to go here and give just right over that green. Just let it live there. And then you'll want to take the next larger one. Really no rhyme or reason, guys, just popping it in there. Only gluing the centers. You want your leaves to be loose. And the last little bitty. And let's just stick it right there. How easy was that? Super, super, super simple. And then I used, on this one I used the Honey Gold glitter drops from Nuvo. Make sure it's coming out. And I just did 3 little dots of it. And of course when it dries it looks a little milky right now, but once it dries you can see that it will gold up on you. And then on the sides for the holly leaves that I did, I used autumn red and woodland green. So those are the 3 colors I used on this box, but use whatever you want. Use what you have. Let's see what you came up with, because like I said, you saw Kathy's interpretation of it. Gorgeous box. She did the printed papers. It's beautiful and printed. So I couldn't find my double-sided, so I just went with the cricut, and I think that's basil on the top. I don't even know what color. No, that might be Stampin' Up. So any questions on how that goes together, guys? I think it's a really pretty box. And you can see I got a little bit more pressure and a little bit more wrinkling on the leaves with the one on the flower crease pad. more pressure, because you can put more pressure on it, and a little bit more curve, a little more height. So you guys want to know the difference. You'll get that height and you'll get that more breaking down of the paper that you want. This one I didn't get quite as much broken down. I was also in a hurry. I could have probably gotten there if I'd have given it another 5 minutes or so. I just didn't have time to do it. So if you're, hi Kim, if you're using those foam pads, just make sure you have enough to give you enough thickness, because this one is about a 3/8, yeah, 3/8 of an inch thick, and it's kind of like a dense. It's a dense foam, but you can squeeze it. Almost like the texture of an eraser. Not quite, but yes, we'll get. You can ask in the groups, and we'll get those. Now, this box is for supporters only, so you have to be a Ko-fi supporter or a Patreon supporter in order to get these. And if you want to do one-time support because you don't want to do monthly, you have to do it today before midnight Eastern time, or you will have to go monthly to get this box. So if after midnight on July 22nd Eastern time, if you want this file, you have to subscribe one time on Ko-fi before that deadline. Otherwise, you have to subscribe monthly. Yes, please give me a thumbs up, like on the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed. See your name in lights if you're not subscribed when you click it. It's going to give you a shout out. All right. So I'm going to make sure that nobody has any more questions. Can you see a side view of the box? Don't pay attention to my mess up here on my little leaves and my fast handiwork. But you have that scalloped edge. You can leave this piece off, the little scalloped garland. You can leave that off if you want to. Debbie, this one is not for ornaments, but I did do a disc ornament box for Patreons. I revamped it. The gable box is still available. It's still free if you search a YouTube channel for the ornament boxes. You can find that gable box for the rounds, the 2.5 inch, the 4 inch, and the 3 inch ornament are all in those. And then the new one that I just did, let me show you guys that one. And that was for patrons and supporters only. It was a supporter file. Let's see, here it is, right. I know I have it. Ah, there it is. Let me switch over and show you guys. That is this is the 2019 box revamped, and it has the stabilizers in it, top and bottom, and the window as well. And it carries like a little purse. So you can use this box for many things. You can contour out the hole if you don't want a hole in it. Dress it up like a purse. So who hasn't seen all of the... Well, let's just cover them. We have the, we're on day 6. Let's just show the files. We have the the Santa gift box or baked goods box. It has an insert for your baked goods to go in it, or you can leave that out. We also had, and I'll have to go and get it to show you guys. Let's see. We also had the hidden message card. How many of you guys made that? I know somebody made it. But this is the front, and this is the back of the card. And then you open it up and you read those 4 messages, and then you pull the center up and it reveals those messages. How cool is that? These are hidden on the inside. You can't see them from the front, can't see them from the back. But when you pull up the centers together, then you see the inside. So we had that one. Then we had the ornament box. We had we also had the ornament. I did put the strips in there for the ornament on that. And then we had the calendar, the 2020 calendar desk set, as a gift. I think, didn't you make that one? Then we had the little mini coffee cup, the Elf Cocoa, where you can put chocolates or their favorite Keurig coffee in there, or do your own little cocoa mix for them in there. There's a gift card taped to the back of that. Just lots of stuff you can put in there for them on this one. And then we had the gift tag or ornament. Can be used for both, used as a gift tag and then later on for an ornament. We did those. And this is really one of my favorites. We did the I'm Snow Cute Melting Snowman. And then I showed you guys a little bit about embossing, debossing, and using the gilded wax on those. And then that's what the debossing tool did. And we also did the Santa wallet cards, which open up, and this is where I gave a file for all the Explore users where you just had a slit in the Santa sack to put your card. And then I did a tearaway with the perforation tool for people with the new perforation tool. And I think that's where we're at. That's all of them. I think that was all of them. So we've used the wavy tool, the debossing tool, and the perforation tool. The only one I haven't used is the engraving tool because I can't figure out a way. I am going to do some projects with the engraving tool. I haven't figured out a way to do a project for you guys on the 12 days of Christmas using the engraving tool and include Explore makers as well. So I'm probably going to do something with it after the 12 days of Christmas, because I know that I showed you guys that I bought the little acrylic rounds, the 3-inch rounds, to do some ornament stuff. And I bought the tags. Oops, it didn't transition over, did it? Let me try that again, guys. Is it going now? There it goes. Sorry about that. It just went black for some reason. But the clear acrylics rounds I got off of Amazon. And then I got the dog tags. And you got 2 packs of those for that. And then I got an assortment of the dog bones tags. So I got some projects in the works coming. So, and that was not a bad deal on the acrylics either. So I will give you guys links when I start popping out those projects, but you can find them on Amazon. Yay, Kim. Yeah, I got mine. I got the, let's see, that's the knife blade. And guys, a lot of you guys are asking, you know, if you can use, let's just go ahead and clarify that while we're here tonight. In case you're wondering, if you look at your knife blade and your rotary blade, you see the tops. They're just the gold tops. These do not have, these are not quick change housings. They are not. So you cannot use those with the new tool tips. These with the silver top like this. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. Well, it went back out. Doesn't like me tonight. With the silver tip on the top there we go. That's a quick change housing, okay? And another way to tell is if the tip has a number, okay? 01 is your single scoring wheel. 02 is your double scoring wheel. And they are quick change because you press the button and pull the end off. Okay? That's how you can tell if you have a quick change. If you don't have that button on top, you don't have a quick change housing. Then we have the engraver, which is tip number 41. If I can get him to focus there. Number 41. It doesn't like the engraving tool. There we go. 41. Again, it's quick change. Then we have, that's tip number 1 for your, I have extra tips there for those. And then you have your debossing tool. If I can get it to focus. That one's going to be tough to focus, looks like. You might be able to see it there. Just a little bitty thing on the end. And that is tip number 21. And then you have your, I think this is the perforation tool. I can't see. Number 11. It's on the inside. And it comes in here to protect it, guys. It comes in a little plastic cap. You want to keep it in there. And you're just going to put your housing inside. If I can get it to line up again. And then pull that out. You can see the perforation tool there. Is it going to focus? I don't know if that hurts or helps. Anyway, that's number 11. And you're just going to put it in there, press the button, and pull that out. Same way you change your blades. You press the button and pull the blade out and drop the new blade in. And then you have your wavy tool, number 31. And it's in a little protective thing just like your perforation blade. And you're just going to remove and insert same way. Oops. Helps if you don't press the button to pull it out. There you go. And you can see that it's, I hope, wavy. See if I can get it to focus. Come on. There you go. But you can see it's got a little wave blade on it. And it is a blade, so guys, you need to protect it just like you do your rotary. You don't want to cut yourself. because somebody did ask me, is this a quick change housing, and they had it like this. Please don't go pulling on that. That blade is sharp. Mine's dirty. It's got stuff on it, but it will cut you. So please don't be trying to pull on that. Yeah, I haven't seen the metal sheets yet. I did see them on HSN, but I didn't order them. So that being said, guys, I did order the tools from Cricut as well. Just the tips. And because I have all the tips, I told you guys I was going to do a giveaway. So I am going to be giving away at the end of the 12 days of July, Christmas in July, I will be giving away a set of tips, tip 11, 21, 31, and 41. I will not be giving away the housing, so if you win it and you don't have a housing, you'll have to order your scoring combo to get your quick change housing, okay? So you guys want to stay tuned when it comes to the end of the 12 days of Christmas. I'm going to do it, the drawing, I think the day after. I'm going to post it and give it 24 hours. You'll have 24 hours to enter to win. And then I'll do the draw and mail those out to whoever wins. And if you already have them, it never hurts to have a backup set. I have backup scoring wheel tools, so that's why I have the extra housings that I have. So did that clarify all the questions for everybody? Does anybody have any questions, anything you want to ask, anything that we didn't cover? And you know that you can always come to the groups and ask your questions. We're there to help. Yes, new tool tips, Kim, the tips. I'm not giving away the whole tool, just the tips, because if you have a maker, chances are you've already gotten the scoring wheel, scoring combo, or your plant had planned on it. So I thought I would give you guys the new ones and let you buy, because right now, unless they took it off sale, the scoring combo, guys, is $29 before the group discount and before access. And it was what, 59? Was it 59, Jamie? I think it was 59 the combo was. So it's down to $29. Minus $2.90 and then minus 10% off of that. I will be doing one winner, all 4 tool tips. So one winner is going to get all 4 tips. So it's a value of, I think, $109 and change. Not a bad little giveaway. Yeah, I think it was $59. I can't remember. I bought mine right when it came out, so I know that I paid full price for mine. So alright, guys, I am going to go back to work, and I've enjoyed my little break with you guys doing the live, but I have to go back to work because you guys are going to be wanting 2 more files tomorrow, and guess what? I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. I haven't even thought about it. But that's the same position I was in this morning, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but this is what I came up with. Was this and the, I guess I took the card in there already. It was the tag card. Did you guys see the tag card? You did, right? I thought I showed that. Maybe I didn't because I hadn't filed it yet. Let me pull that over there and show you guys real quick, and then we'll call it a night. And that was today's other project, was the tag card. And all this is right here, guys, is like the little gift tags with a little quirky fold on it to create a wreath. Don't pay attention to my upside down bow. Yeah, I put the tails on the wrong side. I was in such a hurry. Oh, thanks, Pat. You know, if it gets to be too much or I just can't get it out before I throw out something that I'm not proud of, then I will absolutely take that day and just say, hey, my brain needs a rest. Yeah, I really like the tag card, Jamie. I really, really like that. So versatile. Any kind of double-sided paper, scraps, you name it. Tons of stuff you can do. Alright, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you, moderators. You guys are freaking fantastic. You guys have been handling a lot of stuff for me these 2 weeks, and I greatly appreciate you. Thank you very, very much to all my supporters. If you're not currently supporting, please consider it. You'll get all the files if you go monthly. And I will catch you guys. Well, you'll get the tutorial videos tomorrow, but the next live will be on July 29th. I may do a live on Saturday the 27th because I went to that Scrapbook Expo and didn't give you guys a live this last weekend. So if I do, just watch for the announcements and I will pop it up there. It's just going to depend on how the 12 days of Christmas, last 6 days, do my brain. If I have something I can do on the 29th for you guys, I will. I mean the 27th, I will. You guys are awesome. I couldn't do it without you guys. I thank each and every one of you, whether you're a monthly supporter or not, you still count. You're very important to me, all of you are. So I will catch you on the next video. You guys have a wonderful evening. Oh, happy birthday.